Hello, everybody. I don't know which camera. Oh, camera's gonna be over here. So, I have just gotten out of course, Justice League, and I felt the need. I needed to talk about it for just a little bit. Dear God, why do they keep making these films? These films are so shitty. Hold on a second. I gotta charge my watch. Anyway, so Justice League. You know, I thought Batman vs. Superman was a terrible film. I didn't think you could actually top that, and then of course they made Suicide Squad, which was the equivalent to a 3-year-old coloring in a coloring book and saying, yeah. It was great. So, when Justice League came around, of course we had Wonder Woman, which I still think Wonder Woman was a terrible film. I am not discrediting Wonder Woman the actress. I am discrediting the fact that the plot was horrific, the CGI was disgusting, and of course, last but not least, the movie, which was about 2.5 hours, could have been about 35 minutes because of all the mother frickin' slow-mos. What is it about slow motion and DC films? I seriously do not understand why. You know what's interesting about Justice League? There wasn't as many slow motion scenes as there normally are with a DC film, but it was all Wonder Woman. Anytime you see Wonder Woman, there's a mother freaking slow scene. Dear God, why do you do this? DC, this is why you fail every single time. And the reason I'm doing this kind of live broadcast real quick, you should follow me on Facebook, Spot Up Nerd. You should follow me on Twitter, and I would love you forever if you could subscribe on YouTube, because that is the last venture I need to basically gain the URL, and that way I can claim it. So please do that. Please share it. Tell your friends. Tell your family. Bibbidi bobbidi boop. Anyway, back to Justice League. Where was I going? Oh, okay, so on a CGI level, there's these films, they have hundreds of millions of dollars that go into these films, and you have CGI. I equivalent, I don't even know if that's the word. I metaphorically merged the CGI that was in Justice League to the people that drew Little Mermaid in Disney, like 20, 30 years ago, however long The Mermaid was made. It is so bad that there's no words to describe how bad it is. I'm just trying to think of off the top of my head. It's as if they just don't even try. Like, I wonder how much was actually done on set. You know, they see these landscapes, they see these, places around the world, but did you actually go to these places around the world, or did you literally just take a picture of it, put it on a blue screen, and have some actor or actress, of course, do their thing? From a story perspective, Justice League was, again, as if it was written by a toddler. There is no story. They have... Oh, by the way, I might spoil some things, so look away if you don't want to know, but really, it's not that big of a deal. The bad guy is Steppenwolf, if I'm saying that right. And then, of course, the whole premise of the movie is he's got these 3 cubes of power that when they come together, he can rule everything. And apparently Cyborg is made of these cubes, but it came from the Kryptonium ship. So a Kryptonium ship came to Earth, but the Earth already had these 3 stones, Cyborg was made of these 3 stones that his dad found. So he's the only one that can pull them apart, but yet Superman has to come in to break them apart. No sense. None whatsoever. So, again, from a story perspective, where the fuck were you going with this? I literally have no idea. And in this movie, they spend approximately, I want to say about 2 minutes each describing who each character was. So you have Barry Allen, who's the Flash. You have Aquaman and Cyborg, and of course Wonder Woman, Batman, and Superman is magically brought back to life through these cubes. And I was actually really hoping, because again, I wasn't going into this film with a lot of expectations, but I thought maybe they were going to go Dark Superman, and then of course Dark Superman would be something that they have to tackle as a team, and they become a team, thus Superman comes back to life, and everything's good. But no, they didn't. Superman basically comes back to life, he kicks everybody's ass, and of course Lois Lane is the only thing that gets Superman to go, "Hey, Martha!" Haha. If you have not watched my previous Batman vs. Superman review, please watch it, because you will understand the reference of Martha and how essentially it's Martha Part 2 is what this film is. Justice League is Martha Part 2. Lois Lane is Martha Part 2. So again, I can't even describe the horrendous garbage that this film is. DC, I have so much hope for you, but I now go into your films with no expectations whatsoever. I know that when I go see a DC film, it is going to be garbage, no matter what. I'll give you credit, there were a few scenes in Justice League that were kind of funny, specifically with Barry Allen, but why did you make him look or sound like an idiot? If you watch the show, The Flash, on WB, that's actually a solid show. He's a smart, intelligent dude, he's a little geeky, and he's the Flash. In Justice League, he's an idiot. He's an absolute idiot, and I don't know why you made him out to be an idiot. Yes, he's supposed to be the comedic aspect. He's supposed to be funny and kind of lighten up the mood, because again, DC, we all know, is very dark. But oh my god, you make him so stupid. And I'm not gonna lie, the costume as well is so over the top. You need to tone down the Flash's costume, so hopefully they'll do something when he gets his own solo film. I'm just trying to think of if there's anything else that's worth mentioning about Justice League and how horrific it is. Yeah, don't waste your money, don't waste your time, don't go see this film. It is so not worth watching this. I mean, of course, I'm Spot of Nerd, I've got to go see these films. And it was funny because I went with a friend of mine, and we sat a little closer than we normally do. So we were kind of worried because you have this big screen and there's a lot of action going on. But again, because of the amount of slow motion, we didn't have any trouble. So if you do go and sit in the front row, you'll be perfectly fine, because again, every scene has a slow-mo aspect to it. Don't go see this film. Just rent it, maybe like $1 one day if you're ever bored and you just want to find out, how this movie comes together and how they completely tried and rip off what Marvel has already set up and perfected. But yeah, it's just, oh man, this movie's so bad. I was talking to a friend, we were trying to determine which was worse. Was Batman vs. Superman worse, or was this movie worse? Batman vs. Superman takes the cake when it comes to awful films, and with a comic book perspective. This movie, if you tossed it up between Suicide Squad, this movie takes the cake as number 2 worst comic book films of all time. Number 3, of course, would be Suicide Squad, and then after that, I would put Wonder Woman. these movies don't make sense. They don't have any time frame. They don't have any lineage. They don't have any origin. I don't really know what they're trying to do here. And it's so disappointing because I love these characters. I love Batman. I love Superman. I love Wonder Woman. Even Green Lantern. But dear God, look what they did with Green Lantern. Which, by the way, if you haven't seen the Deadpool trailer, the teaser, you watch it right now. It's amazing. It's phenomenal. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up. But continue to watch me, please. Spot of Nerd. Like us. Twitter us. Instagram us. YouTube us. All that jazz. And stay tuned. Obviously, episode 25 is coming out. It's going to be the building of the Lego Millennium Falcon. Let's see if I can give you a little hint. Let's see if I can flip the camera. There she blows. She is absolutely beautiful. Beautiful. So yeah, we'll be hopefully bringing that out in the next coming... I'm going to try and get it out in the next week or so. So I appreciate all the love that everybody gives me, and I appreciate everybody that watches this. You know I'm a wee bitter old man, and keep watching. I love you all. You take care and have a great night, alright? Goodbye.